Hey, it's Jay Odom with Rockwall Mortgage. Thanks for watching the very first episode of Our Neighborhood. Make sure you like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get notification of when the next episode comes out. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. In the middle of all the progress happening in Rockwall County, the fastest growing county in Texas, sits a bustling downtown district. Along with an old-fashioned square full of boutiques, live music, and one-of-a-kind restaurants, the downtown is also full of historic homes, remnants of an era long gone. Many have tried to recreate the magic of these houses, but there is not a builder around that can engineer the palpable sensation you feel as soon as you walk through that front door.
I think they have stories to tell. This house, on the one side, is 113 years old. I don't know, I've heard there's been many people that have lived here, and I wish the walls could speak.
Taking on one of these homes is work that only passion and love can fuel. The homes have a life of their own, living, breathing structures with stories buried in every surface. It's tough to understand why someone would choose a house with windows that don't open and floors that creak. But to the folks under the spell of these 100-year-old houses, they can't imagine living any other place. This is the story of a widow that bought such a home a little over 2 years ago. Local resident Jerry Loftus was excited to purchase a 113-year-old bungalow with plans to renovate it, living out her retirement in a place she would forever call home. It was the type of home that she and her late husband had dreamed of, and reminded her of her grandma's house that she used to visit as a child.
Grandma used to have linoleum floors. She didn't have air conditioning, but when I was a kid, we would all on Sunday have dinner or lunch with her, and then we would all lay down, grown-ups too. Grown-ups were reading books to their kids, and on that cool linoleum floor. And I always told myself, maybe I ought to get linoleum for this floor. But it's just so comfortable. Makes me feel like I'm back at Grandma's house again.
Friends and family, aware of the magnitude of such a project, were concerned. There were many easier roads she could take, but Jerry had her heart set.
My daughter had said, Mom, you ought to go look around over there at Chandler's or the Shores. And I said, no, I don't think I want to do that. She said, Mom, this house is going to be so much work for you. I said, but I love that. I love progress, I love the smell of sawdust, and I love the sound of hammers. It doesn't bother me at all. And she said, but you could walk right into a home that's brand new. And I said, no, I don't want to do that, So I had been saving on the side an amount of money that I could be able to I knew what it was going to cost for a roof, what it was going to cost for flooring, and that's when I said, man, I'm doing this. I'm going to get this house.
After buying the house, Jerry started the search for a contractor. She had never done any work of this type and knew she needed someone she could not only trust, but that could see the potential in her house.
I was looking on Facebook one night, and I happened to see this young man that seemed to specialize in custom designing and decor, remodeling. And I went, and he had some beautiful pictures. So I thought, I'm going to give this guy a call. And I did, and he came out, and he saw the house. And I said, this is my budget. This is all that I've got here, but, can you be able to do the list that I've got for you? And he thought about it and was quiet about it, but then he said, yes. He said, I can do it. I can do it all. I can do the electricity, the plumbing, get the permits for you. And I went, oh my gosh, I got a winner here.
She really did care for him a lot. It was a young family. She really, had him over for Easter dinner.
Thought of him as her son, like a son. She was very close with them.
So he came to work. I was very new at this, and he required a particular amount of money every week, whether they were here or not, only because he said he might find supplies, at a good sale somewhere for the house, and that, he'd go ahead and get it because he lived in another city. So that's how I found him.
The man began work on the house, starting with a new roof and an addition to the side of the existing structure. Jerry gave him all of the $110,000 to her name. It wasn't long before things took a drastic turn.
You know, it was busy, work, hammer, you know, working all the time. And then it just all of a sudden stopped. And it's like, well, that's not finished. It just stopped.
The man disappeared, leaving Jerry in a home that was no longer fit for living. The new roof was leaking, there were openings where doors once stood, and exposed wires hung from ceilings and walls.
I'm the queen of extension cords because that's the only way that I can be able to use them, because there's only certain plugs that are working. And then I remember seeing a big hole under this jacuzzi that looks down to the ground. So I got that foam and I sprayed it as much as I could, and you know, that's my dirty dishes. I can wash dishes in this. I can wash my dogs in this. I take a bath in this, and I clean this. Just want to let you know. The ceiling's real loose, and I noticed that it started cracking while they were working up there, and he came and drilled that board up there. And he did the same in here because the ceilings were cracking. So he said, don't worry, I can put this up here and it'll be fine. I said, okay.
After weeks of not wanting to see the truth, Jerry admitted to herself that she had been taken.
It amazes me that someone could snow me, and you know, I was totally deceived, and I could not believe it. Way down deep, I still keep thinking that, you know, maybe, you know, something happened, but I can't get in touch with him. Talked to a couple of people that work for an attorney, and they said, Miss Loftus, he's not coming back, and he has taken your money. So I wanted to know exactly what kind of money was spent on the work that he did. And I had 5 different general contractors that came out. And on an average, everyone has said that it was about $35,000 worth of work. And he got $110,000. So did press charges on him, and everything's been given to the district attorney's office, and I think it's still pending, you know.
While talking with Jerry, I realized that this was a story much bigger than a con artist's betrayal. Although she's been robbed of her retirement, Jerry uses words like understanding, love, and compassion.
I'm not angry. I'm saddened that he would do this.
And you might think after losing all the money she had to an old house that can't even keep her dry, Jerry would be ready to put it all behind her, hoping to one day forget the dream that became a nightmare. But that's not Jerry. She refuses to be a victim.
I love this house. I love this house. I'm grateful for this house, even if it's got cracks in it. And believe me, it does. You know, you stand close to a window, you don't have to open it, and the wind will just blow your hair. I love it. I just love it.
Jerry spent years working with children, giving her understanding of an innate goodness that seems to be built into every one of us. Jerry Loftus believes we're all good, that we just want to love and be loved.
When I used to babysit a lot of kids, I had rebellious ones. Oh, I used to love babysitting. You had all these characters, you know, leadership, you got the bullies over there, you know, you just got to hone them a little bit. And they can really be the best they can be. You've got a clown, maybe 2 or 3, and that brings humor. That's good. That brings joy to some people that really need it. In a 7-Eleven store, you know, and they don't even know you. So there's good in all, to me. And there's some bad, but I think it weighs more on good.
This is also a story about Rockwall. Once folks started hearing about Jerry's situation, the neighborhood rallied behind her. Donations of time and money have started coming in. In fact, work has picked back up on the house and the dry-in is nearing completion.
There's a GoFundMe page set up, and it's Save Jerry's House, Jerre. GoFundMe Save Jerry's House, and it's still open and accepting donations. I know that also Jerry's working with Home Depot, and they are trying to work on procuring a grant for her.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's overwhelming. The kindness that has been extended in deed and in word.
So in your mind, as you look, can you see what it's going to look like when it's done?
Oh, I
In your
do.
mind's eye.
Yes, I always do. In fact, I go into that room and I go, one day I'm going to be up here washing my dishes, looking out my window, and yeah, that's my vacation for the rest of my life.
Do you ever have moments of doubt where you think it may not happen?
Well, you know, I made a list of different things. What should I do? What should I do? On the bottom of the totem pole was to just sell it as it is and just move. But I don't want to sell it. I love this house. If I had to, then, you know, if I'm to go, I'm to go. If I'm to stay, I'm to stay. Lord knows that He knows I love this house, though. But, you know, I'm going to do whatever He wants me to do. That's for sure.
I'm Jay Odom with Rockwall Mortgage. This is Jerry Loftus's neighborhood. This is our neighborhood.
Don't say you're ridiculous, you're not even close. Don't wish for indifference, you're not one of those. We fall, but we always rise up through it all.